إنا أنزلناه قرآنا عربيا لعلكم تعقلون.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to this video, guys. In-depth analysis of the Quran. I'm going into the meanings of the words. Hopefully, inshallah, you guys have been watching the previous videos as well. And if you have any sort of questions, please leave them in the comments below. Right, so today's words we're going to be looking at are 5 words, and they all begin with sheen and ha. Shaha. So you got shahwa or shahu, shahiq, shahr, shahad, and shahab. So first of all, let's look at the word shahu. So I want to focus slightly here on something else today. I want to focus on the meanings of certain letters. So you got 3 letters over here: sheen, shah. Right, now sheen, it comes from the word meaning of tafashi, to spread. Shh, it's like it spreads. Yeah, it goes around different. Like the word shajara. So a tree is called a shajara because the sha sound inside of it shows the spreading of something, spreading of the branches and the leaves, etc. So you have the sha meaning found inside of it. Then you have the word ha. So ha actually has the meaning of emptiness inside it, just like inside ha. It's like an indication towards some sort of emptiness inside, which is like the word hawa. So hawa, which is like air, the ha inside of that indicates towards the emptiness. And the waw actually comes for inclusiveness, right? So inclusiveness, waw, bringing things together, it kind of combines, it merges, it assimilates various things, right? So you have the wa, and in Arabic, and is wa. So these are some of the meanings that will come to your mind when you're looking at different types of words. You can actually do like a little test yourself. Go through the Arabic dictionary, try to find words that have the letters sheen in them, ha in them, or waw in them, and try to figure out what this word kind of means, bearing in mind the meanings that we've just explained right now. So if you try that yourselves, you'll find a lot of patterns and kind of meanings which are represented here by these letters. Anyway, so the first thing is over here we have the word shahu, which comes with the meaning of desire. Now why is this? Because you have the sheen, which has the meaning of spreading inside, because desire spread inside of a person, right? Ha, which has the meaning of emptiness inside of a person, and you have the meaning of waw, which means inclusive rather. So spreading, empty, inclusive, that's all kind of 3 things which maybe possibly characterize, you can say, the word desire, right? So this is something which is we're going to be looking at right now. So for instance, like let's imagine, and who likes chocolates, put in the comments if you like chocolates. So the desire, the craving, the want for chocolate, you have this spreading inside of you, you have this emptiness of it and you want it, and you have the inclusivity where everything kind of comes together. So this is the shahu, the shahwa that you have. Okay, so desiring this, the shahwa is kind of, it kind of perfectly fits over here. So okay, so now we have the word desire. In the Quran it appears 13 times, and it usually appears with this particular specific, you can say, meaning. So zuyyina linnasi hubbu shahawat, it's been beautified for people the love of desires. Yeah, shahawat. So there are many things inside of our lives we desire. And it's really only through desires that we're able to do things we're doing in the world. Businesses and education and having families, and all these things are based upon this kind of inside of us, these desires that Allah has programmed inside of us. Min al-nisa, of women, children, qanatir, al-muqantara, hoards of wealth, dhahab, gold, silver, khayl, musawwama, horses, an'am and harth, okay, cattle and vegetation. All these things are different things that people have desire for. I mean, today, people have desire for cars, people have desire for wealth, people have desires for houses, for families, for the opposite gender, all sorts of things. Some of them, are things that we're not supposed to go into. Some of them we can. So the Islam kind of gives us some sort of like restrictions on how far we can take our desires. So again, وَيُرِيدُ الَّذِينَ يَتَّبِعُونَ الشَّهَوَاتِ, those people who follow their shahawat, they follow their desires, and they kind of do whatever they really want. All the things that they want inside of them, they fulfill it as optimum level. أن تميلوا ميلا عظيما. They want you to turn, very strongly towards them. Anyway, so that's the words that you get over here. فخلف من بعدهم خلف أضاعوا الصلاة, and then after them came a group of people who wasted the salat. واتبعوا الشهوات, and they followed the shahwat. So if you notice in the Quran, the following of shahwat meticulously, like fulfilling every single desire that a person wants, is always considered to be something negative, right? So fulfilling it in the optimum level is never something that is positive. Fulfilling it in the permissible way is something good. إنكم لتأتون الرجال. Allah, Lut alayhi salam says to his people, you people, تأتون, you go to men. Allah, he is saying, Lut alayhi salam is saying to the men, you approach men shahwatan, out of desire, min duni nisa, and not women. Meaning the kind of sexual pleasure that you're supposed to, or gratification that you're supposed to get from a woman, you guys don't do that, but you guys try to do that with the men. Okay, so this shahwa, this kind of desire inside, the emptiness that you want to fill in, you can say. And in Jannah as well, وَهُمْ فِي مَا اشْتَهَتْ أَنفُسُهُمْ خَالِدُونَ, and they will be in that thing which they desire, for living forever. May Allah make us of them. So these are the different words that you get in the Quran of shahwa, yastahi, tashtahuna. You can go and check it for yourselves, like we said. So what kind of meanings come to your mind? So put it down in the comments below. What kind of meanings do you guys get? And some of your comments are very interesting as well. You guys put some very thought-provoking comments in there. So put in the comments, what kind of meanings do you get from the word shahawa? So let me just put some down for you guys. So emptiness, right? You got the emptiness meaning in there, which needs to be filled. You get the want, the desire, you're craving something, and it can be at different levels. You get the meaning of also apparentness. In other words, it becomes very apparent that you want something. Okay, so you want chocolate, it becomes very apparent. You go to the shops, you pay money, you buy it. Okay, what other things come to mind? Spreading as well. It's something that spreads through your entire body. It kind of overwhelms you as well, you can say, to a degree. One more, also the inclusiveness, right? It's kind of very inclusive of everything. So these are some of the meanings that we get from the sheen, ha and waw. Right, next, sheen, ha and qaf. So the letter qaf is an interesting letter. This actually comes for the meaning of something that's very deep inside of us, right? So it's extremely deep, and it's knotted, something that's kind of knotted, stuck together, clumped together. You can say heavy, so heavy, knotted, and deep, right? So let's have a look at something. So for example, like a mountain. So this is a mountain, right? So a mountain is something you can say is heavy, definitely. It's kind of very deeply penetrating into the sky, not into the earth, maybe in the earth as well, but into the sky. It's also knotted as well. Earth is like kind of stuck together, got, it's high up as well. Okay, so you have all these meanings found inside of the word mountain. So here's some images of some mountains you guys can check out for yourselves. You can Google it yourselves as well. So these mountains, as you can see, they're like earth that's stuck together, that's kind of gone high up into the sky. So this is known as a shahiq, something that goes like that. So shahiq. And bear in mind the meaning of what we said before, the sheen and the ha. Okay, right. So guess what animal this is? Take a guess. Yes, it's a donkey. Yep, you're right. It's a donkey, and I got it right as well. So the donkey over here, it makes a particular sound. Anyone know what sound it makes? Put in the comments. E-O, right? The E-O sound that the donkey makes. E and O. So E is when it breathes in, and O is when it breathes out. So the E sound, right? Obviously, I don't want to make that sound on camera, but you guys can go and Google it, and you can find the braying sound of a donkey. Okay, so here, as you can see, it's making very, very happy, making these sounds. So the E sound that it makes when it breathes in all the way in is actually called shahiq in Arabic. Shahiq, right? Just like the mountain kind of pierces, this sound pierces deep as well. So in the Quran it appears twice. أَمَّا الَّذِينَ شَقُوا فَفِي النَّارِ لَهُمْ فِيهَا زَفِيرٌ وَشَهِيقٌ. The people who are thrown into the fire of Jahannam will have a sound that they will make. A zafir, like the donkey sound, breathing out and breathing in. Yeah, extremely. So a painful sound they'll be making. Shahiq. That's the sound that is being described over here. وَأُلْقُوا فِيهَا سَمِعُوا لَهَا شَهِيقًا. And another is the Jahannam will actually have a sound. A particular sound that Jahannam will have, and Allah save us from it, is that it will make the sound like something that is breathing extremely heavily, right? Something that's panting, breathing with lots of pain. That's the kind of sound it's going to make. Very frightening, terrifying sound. So that's the shahiq that the animal makes. Okay, now write down in the comments the kind of meanings that come to your mind when you think of this word shahiq. So first of all, I get the meaning of deepness, very deep. The qaf gives the very deep meaning. It's like the mountain. Number two, the piercing. It's a very piercing meaning. So the mountain pierces into the sky. The donkey's sound pierces the ears. Right, very piercing sound you get. Another is the spreading as well. So the sheen, because of the sheen, you have this spreading, so that the mountain kind of just spreads. You have the donkey sound spreading as well. So you get this in there as well. You also get the meaning of the emptiness, right? So the emptiness, like we said, the ha, right? So an empty void is being filled up. So the emptiness inside you can sense with the donkey as well. And also an apparent, it's very apparent. Anyone that hears the donkey bray, or anyone that sees the mountain can clearly see, a mountain that's higher, pointy. Okay, so these are some of the meanings that I understood from this. Right, next, shahara. So, okay, shahara, the ra over here, it has a distinct meaning, which is to stretch, and istirsal. Okay, istirsal. So this sound that we get from the word, the stretching sound, the rolling out sound, the ra, actually it kind of makes a bit of a rolling sound as well, right? So you have shahara. Okay, so the first word that we get from this is, imagine there's a guy, fix his leg, there's a guy, and this guy has a sword, and the sword is in a sheath. So when a person pulls the sword out of the sheath and puts it in the air, it's called shahara. You say the man shahara as-sayf, shahara. So the sword is being drawn out from the sheath, it's put in the air, you say shahara. Okay, so this is raising it in the air, specific type of sort of action that's being done over here, right? And here's a video, you can see this guy. Okay, what he's doing. So he's pulling out the sword, and there you go. Okay, that's shahara. That's what you call shahara as-sayf, right? So I want you to keep that meaning in your head, and so when we come back to this, I'll ask you again. Right, so imagine a guy standing there, and then he sees in the middle of the night this object, we call it a crescent. Now the crescent resembles the month. So the crescent is known as the shahr as well. Okay, so this is one of the meanings, which is the crescent that's seen at night. It identifies the beginning of the month. Okay, so the month is recognized by the crescent moon. Okay, so the crescent moon, it has 28 stages in its cycle, and so the first of the month is known as the crescent. So this shahr, a month, is called shahr because everyone kind of knows it, right? It's known by everyone. It's very clear. Societies, they use the month system as well. Anyway, in the Quran, 21 times this word appears, and it only appears for the meaning of month. So for instance, like Shahru Ramadan, the month of Ramadan in which the Quran is revealed. Whoever witnesses the month, ash-shahr falyasum. Witnessing the month, meaning that they are there in the month, or they see the crescent, or they know that the crescent has been observed. And many other places in the Quran where the meaning of shahr is used, right? So this is the meaning of shahr that we get. Anyway, so right, what kind of meanings do you get from this word shahr? So obviously you're going to get the meaning of spreading, sheen, ha, some emptiness, ra is kind of like some sort of like spreading or stretching out, rather rolling out. So the meaning of stretching, the ra, so like the sword stretching out, like the moon being stretched out, you get that meaning there. You get the spreading, like we said, it spreads, the month spreads throughout many days, the sword spreads in the air. You get the meaning of apparentness, so this an apparent, anyone can see the sword is naked, is visible. Likewise the crescent, in fact people, when it's the month of Ramadan, people in many countries, they actually go outside and actively look for the moon itself, the crescent. And you also have the meaning of emptiness inside of it, because it's kind of filled in something, a void, there was some emptiness. The sword's been taken out from the sheath and it's left in emptiness as well. And one more, you also get the meaning of up in the air. So the sword is in the air, the crescent is obviously in the sky. And so these are some of the meanings that came to my mind when I saw this word. The next word is shahida. So the dal in shahida actually comes for something which is stuck, right? So it's more than just the qaf. The dal is something very stuck, difficult, right? Inside, stuck. All right, so this word being stuck and difficult and inside, and even a riddle is used. Yeah, so like a riddle is very tough to solve, stuck. So let's look at a few meanings that the Arabs use for this word. So one of the meanings the Arabs use is, for example, imagine there's a honeycomb, right, where bees make their honey, and then you cut it open and then you take out from there the honey. Now I don't know if any of you guys have seen how the honey's been taken out. I'll show you a video how this is actually done. And it's a very interesting sort of like way that they do this. As you can see over here, this guy is actually removing the honey from the comb, right? You can see that he's pushing it out, and it's quite a difficult job if you think about it, right? It's not easy. It's got to pull that, it's stuck inside of it, and it kind of comes out all gooey like that. So this is the honey being taken, extracted from the comb itself. So that's the shahad. The honey is called the shahad. Okay, the second meaning is if you have, let's say, a fetus inside the amniotic sac. Okay, so the amniotic sac, you have the fetus inside. So the fetus is actually found inside this sac that has all of this liquid inside of it. So it's kind of liquid that's gooey, stuck with the child, and when the child is born, basically that shahad as well, right? It comes out and it's released from the womb as well. So as you can see, all this fetus is stuck inside of all this. Here's another clear one. You can see all of that amniotic fluid. All right. Another meaning of the shahad is the meaning of a person who is a witness in a case, an incident. Incidents taken place, for example, like any sort of incident, car accident or robbery or anything you can say. Incident takes place, you got to go court. The person who was a witness, who observed it, is called a shahid. Okay, the shahid is the witness themselves. So you have this idea of someone witnessing something, and the witnessing is considered to be something which is inside of someone, and they have to kind of take it out from them. So it's a bit of like a procedure, like the honey coming out from the comb itself. 160 times in the Quran this word is used, and we're not going to go through all 160, right? You guys can check that out for yourselves. Okay, so for example, like آمنا بما أنزلت واتبعنا الرسول فاكتبنا مع شاهدين. Write us down amongst those people who are witnesses. Right, shahideen. Okay, so shahideen there. Let's look at some other one. وهم شاهدون أم خلقنا الملائكة. Did we create the angels inathan, in this female state? وهم شاهدون, whilst they were witnessing. In other words, were they there? Were they witnessing when we created the angels? Allah is saying. Shahid, again, witnessing, being present. Also, you have وَشَاهِدٍ وَمَشْهُودٍ, right? The witnessed and the one who's witnessed for. Okay, كَتَمَ الشَّهَادَةِ, those who conceal the witnessing. عَالِمُ الْغَيْبِ وَالشَّهَادَةِ, the knower of the unseen and the visible, that which is apparent. Okay, شُهَدَاؤُكُمْ وَدَعُوا شُهَدَاءَكُمْ, call your shuhada, call your witnesses. Okay, so so this word shaheed is a very common word that we kind of hear. The word shaheed in Arabic, which people sometimes use for a martyr, and it comes from the word martyr as well, is called a shaheed. The martyr is called a shaheed because they say because he actually witnesses the truth. He's witnessed the ultimate truth, which is he sacrificed himself for the highest cause possible. So he is the witness of the truth. And some say that he is called a shaheed because he did not witness it, but the angel witnessed his sacrifice that he made. So he was someone that was witnessed for. Right? So this is why they call it the shaheed. And so that witnessing, that sacrificing is a very difficult thing, like the honey coming out from the comb, a very tough sort of thing, and not easy for someone to give up their life for that sake. So as you can see, you can go through the Quran yourself, you can find many examples of the word shaheed, one of Allah's names as well. shahid, shaheed. So this is a word that's used many times as well. Okay, what meanings do we get from this? So we get the meaning of difficulty, something coming out with difficulty, something coming out itself. We also have the meaning of apparentness. So again, like the common word that's been repeated again and again, apparentness that we get from this. We also get the meaning of emptiness as well, a void, empty, something that does not exist inside. And then the comb, the honey coming out from the honeycomb, the amniotic fluid coming out from the sac. So all of these meanings are very, very common meanings. Spreading as well. The sheen, the sha has a spreading of meaning. So these are all meanings that we get from the word shahida. Have a look yourselves, go through the Quran, go through dictionaries, and you can see this word repeating itself and how it's applied. Okay, finally, the last one, shahaba. So the ba in the Arabic language, it comes for something that's stuck, right? Something that's attached. So something that's joined, stuck, attached. What else can I think? Clumped together, yeah. Clumped together, ba. Right, so let's have a look at one of the meanings of this. So for instance, like the ba you have comes for the meaning of shahab, shihab. Shihab actually means a stick upon which there is a fire. I don't know what you call it. Put in the comments if you know what it's called. If a person lights fire on a stick and carries it around with themselves. Tell me what it's called. So this stick which has fire, I'm going to call it a fire stick. Right? So like over here, you have these burning sticks with fire on them. This is something that something which is very common, matchsticks as well that we have nowadays. Yeah, you can call that a shihab as well, maybe the shihab. So this fire, the stick itself. Okay, over there as well you have the fire stick as well. So these are very commonly used words in the Arabic language and in the Quran as well, as we're going to see. So the ba has the meaning of the sticking. Okay, here another animal. Guess which animal this is. All right, guess what kind of animal this is. So this animal is a horse. Now horses have various colors. So the colors of the horses gives it its name sometimes. So this horse in the middle, as you can see, this actually is known as a ashhab horse. Ashhab, because it's white with black or grayness attached stuck to it. Right, it's a mixture of white and grey. It's actually got like an ashes, burnt kind of ashes color, you can say, maybe. I don't know what's the best word for it to describe this kind of horse. Or is there an English name for this kind of horse? Or someone who has hair which is grey and it's becoming white. This is actually called ashhab as well, a word that's used for that. So these are various types of words which are used for the term. One more meaning that you get from this is, imagine if you have a bucket and now you pour into this bucket milk. So you poured some milk into this bucket, one part milk, and you poured the rest, or 2 parts, water. So 1 part milk, 2 parts water. This solution is actually called shihab as well. Shahab as well. You've actually ashhab al-ma al-halib. You've kind of mixed the laban, the milk, with the water. You made this kind of mixture, and you look at it, looks a bit greyish as well. This is called the shihab as well, or the shahab as well. So this is the meaning of the word shahab that you have in the Arabic language. Here's an image of it. Right, here's a fine, nice image. Pouring water, 2 parts water. It comes 5 times in the Quran. Shuhub and shihab. Right, so here, for example, in wa anna lamasna sama, the jinn say that we tried to touch go up into the sky. فَوَجَدْنَاهَا, we found it مُلِئَتْ حَرَسًا, we found it filled with gods, شَدِيدًا, mighty, severe, وَشُهُبًا. Shuhub meaning those kind of shooting stars that you see, the shuhub, burning stars. So that is described as the shahab. And if a person looks at it in the sky, you can see that it kind of has this greyish kind of white touched tone to it. إِلَّا مَنِ اسْتَرَقَ الصَّنْفَ أَتْبَعُ شِهَابٌ مُبِينٌ. Same meaning over here as well. Okay, here. إذ قال موسى لأهله, when Musa said to his family, إني آنست نارا, I can sense fire, سآتيكم منها, I will come to you with it or from it, بخبر, with some news, meaning directions, or آتيكم بشهاب, or I'll bring a stick with fire on it, قبس لعلكم تصطلون. So shihab is used over here for that meaning. So here are the words, and that's basically what the word shihab actually means. Now what kind of meanings of the word shihab come to your mind when you hear this word? So one of the meanings that comes to mind is something mixed, like the milk and the water and the color of the horse. Another meaning that comes to mind may be something joined together, so stuck together, joined, like the flame is joined to the stick, stuck to it. Something else you might get comes to your mind, I don't know, apparentness. It's very apparent. If you see it, from afar, you can actually clearly tell. Also, you get the meaning of spreading as well. The sheen is in there, kind of the flame spreads. This color has spread across the horse. The water has spread in the milk. You also get the meaning of emptiness as well, a void, cavity, something that's missing inside. So these are the meanings that come to my mind. Okay, one more, color as well, definitely in this. You can see this element of color. So I hope you guys benefited from this. We have 5 words that we covered today: sheen, hawa, shahu, shahiq, shahar, shahad, and shahab. And like we said, these words, each of them, they kind of overlap in their meanings as well. So if you have any sort of other thoughts or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you very much, Jazakumullah khair, for watching all this video. I know it's quite long, and I'll try to make it short as possible as well. And hope to see you next time. Thank you very much, guys, for watching this video. And again, thank you to all my patrons as well for all your support. Jazakumullah khair. May Allah reward you immensely. If you guys want to become a patron, then links in the description below. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.